Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Kingsfield 4, the Ancient City. We're back in the mine shaft because there's one more area that we have to hit that we have not yet gone to. It's on the lower floor of the dungeon here. We bust down the sign, or the barricade, and oh, the fun has begun. The fun has begun. This area is nasty. Pulsing poison, poisonous red slimes, poison pools, poison everywhere you go. And we have to kill this giant red slime who takes just as few hits as the others, luckily, in order to get a soul stone it's hiding. And that's going to be kind of a long-term thing that we need this for. Also, I don't have as many antidotes as I kind of wanted. I burned through more than I was expecting to up to this point, so I kind of just have to sacrifice a bunch of healing items right now. I don't think poison runs out naturally. And poison ticks early in the game are torturous. Poison hurts really bad. It's so nasty this early in the game. But we made it through, we're okay. It was a little bit rough. Now we're gonna go, I'm gonna fast forward right to the next area that we're going to because we've already been there. Alright, now we're back at the hut. Next to it is a house that we didn't go into before. This acts as a passageway to a dead end, but there's an enemy who drops a really handy item right here. Oh, he got his little ground attack off too, because I took too long closing the distance. He does that ground rupture attack if you stay out of his melee range for too long, which it's easy to do because circle strafing to face him is so fucking arduous. Circle strafe, man, it's glacial. And then it's just in and out, in and out. Big demonic tree monster. Only way I could think for this thing to be better is if it had its top branches and it had, like, hung men dangling from it. Like the tree in A Nightmare Before Christmas with all the skeletons hanging off it, the hung skeletons. But we get the clarity bracelet from that tree monster. And let's see, sacrifice his current mind state in order to clarify magic abilities. Kind of sounds like a nonsense description, doesn't it? This bracelet is actually really useful. There's a reason why you go out of your way to get it. As far as I can tell, it might negatively impact the damage or the effect of your spells. I think that's how that works, but in return it multiplies your MP, which is that blue ring around the health orb. With the bracelet on, I can get like 6 or 7 plus fireballs off in a row at full MP before I need to eat a mushroom to refill it. It's incredibly useful in the early game. Even in the mid to late game, it's still kind of useful. And then the other thing that you need to know about casting in this is that there is a new blue bar, you might notice, right below my red power bar. And that appears once you equip a spell for the first time. Remember we got Fireball last time from healing that little girl's sick mother? Using the stone that we pulled out of the poison mine shaft. Well, now that we have Fireball equipped, we have that blue power bar below our red power one. That's just the power bar that governs our spell casting. Just like the red one governs the power of our melee strikes. So Kingsfield 4 really becomes kind of a game about resource and meter management. And less about, like, there's not a lot of really heavy character progression stuff going on here. Now we're coming back to the shop. Again, we're just kind of making a pit stop down here. Granted, this is going to be kind of a longer one. We're not getting back into a dungeon right off the bat. There's one more really useful item that I want to pick up first. And along the way, we're going to do an NPC side quest. But before we get to any of that, you gotta turn around. In the chest, there is, I think that's the iron helmet. Which will just be an upgrade to, I think, the leather one that we have. And that's the wrong way. That's an area we'll be coming back for much later. Okay. Spooky, scary skeleton ain't so spooky anymore, but we still don't really want to waste time fighting him yet, because the next thing that we're going after is actually a weapon that'll help us two-shot these. Oh, man. We're getting back to the overworld music. That little underground shaft by the merchant has the most kick-ass bass line I've heard in a long time. Oh, I'm gonna get tagged by the plant. Yeah. I don't even really need to be in here. I think there's like an antidote or a remedy in one of these two. Oh no, it's the chest armor. That's actually a decent upgrade, I think. But still, better not take hits than to mitigate damage. If I strafe out of there, I should be able to pass him by. And, oh, he even turned the right direction. Okay, cool. So, where I actually should have gone was I should have taken a left out of that tunnel and come along here. Because we're actually going to be going back where that man-eating fly trap was anyway. As part of a side quest we're going to do. So we come into this chapel, and you hang a left, and on the back left row of pews, I want to return to my family, but I can't make it past these monsters. I can't make it past these monsters. They're in the way. Could you do something about the monsters for me? Yeah. That's part of the side quest. And then you exit the chapel, and there's a graveyard behind it, full of unarmed skeletons. Those skeletons are kind of dope. All they do is punch you, and they can also headbutt you. Which is a really funny animation. In this wooden crate, which is why we haven't taken our pickaxe off, is a Morning Star. This thing, I think it does... What are the damage types? It's like thrust, slash, and I think blunt. This thing is really, really good against skeletons. And its damage is just a notch above our short sword anyway. So now that we have that, we're going to make short work of everything in the graveyard. Of which there's a lot. There's actually quite a bit. And stuff spawns in as you approach certain graves. So yeah, not only do they get two-shotted at near full power, it's more like one full power, one half power swing actually. Not only do they get two-shotted, the mace will stagger them so that you can approach, swing, and not have to worry about trading hits with them. Because they reel back as soon as they get struck with the Morning Star. And that is about as interesting as I can make that. Because we still have a whole bunch of these to clear out. There are a bunch that have not spawned from underground yet. Luckily, it's pretty easy to tell when no more are going to spawn in. Should be some around? No, normally they spawn in at closer proximity to the graves. I think I hear some, and I see the dust cloud. Ideally, this would have been done long ago. I guess I could fast forward to speed this up, but eh. Oh, now they're all spawning in. It really is the power bar mechanic that makes the pace of this so glacial. Like, as slow as it is to circle strafe and just to turn the camera, really, it's the power bar that slows things down a lot. Oh, he did get a good little punch in, though. The unarmed skeletons do barely any damage, though. They do very, very little. The ones with the swords in the ruin that we went by, or the basement rather, they will still take about a third of my health. That should be all the skeletons though. Unless, I think that might just be crows flying. Yeah. Okay, that should be all of them. So we'll go in. No. We're not done. It'll be very obvious when we have cleared the graveyard. But I don't know where, unless there's some weird arbitrary trigger that just trips when if I go like way out here. Because I didn't point this out, this is the other side of that broken bridge that we saw earlier on. Unless I just have to come to the very end of this area and that's like a trigger to progress the side quest? I don't know. The skeleton, the graveyard should be empty now. No, there was a straggler. There's no way that, oh, come on. There's no way that I didn't get close enough to that grave to spawn him in before. You doing, skeleton? Okay, hopefully that's it. Don't want to make a third trip out into the graveyard. If I have to, there will be a little bit of a cut or a fast forward. Oh, no, we're good. Yeah, that guy meets a tragic FromSoft demise. We clear the graveyard for him, but a skeleton made it inside the chapel and murdered him. But his loss is our gain. We get a key. And that key is actually for the front door to the house that we went in earlier. We went in that side door and got the chest armor by the fly trap. But now we can get in that front door, and there's some goodies. There is this, a very important map that the old guy had. If you would talk to... which NPC is it? Not the merchant, the other NPC that you pass by. Like one of the first NPCs you talk to. He gives you a hint that the old man got a map from him. Or it might have actually been the merchant who gives that hint. An old man came by and bought a map. Yeah, I guess it might be the merchant. Either way, we don't need that hint because we know about that side quest. Oh, there's my baseline. There it is. We found you. Ah, fuck these stairs. Not really full power swings. Still, like, quarter power swings, still taking slimes out in 2 hits. Not too bad. I kind of slalom through the skeletons, because it's still not worth fighting them unless you want to grind XP. And this is the way I should have gone. It's so brief that you get to hear that song. It's like my favorite one in the game. Especially when it picks up towards the middle. It's so good. Yeah, now we're going to pass by him again. We're going to go back out into that area with the pill bugs and the lava. And we're going to progress to the next dungeon. The next dungeon, we could have started actually as soon as we had the fireball spell, but we ran a couple of errands just to get prepared. Again, be mindful of the gray terrain there, because you will fall through it into a pit of lava and die just instantly. Oh yeah, the thing I can't pass by. My collision box is too wide, so I have to go around this side. This is the area that we found that secret wall in earlier and saw that first preview of the skeletons. But there's actually something that we can do here now. If I remember which room, I think it's actually this one over here and straight ahead. Yes. Let's kill the spider first. I think full power swing should do it for the spiders, or, 2 less than full power hits. Okay, now that we have the fireball, we can burn that web. And that gives us access to the door. And a new dungeon. And I believe, I can't remember the visual difference between the remedy and the antidote, or the healing herb and the antidote. These webs, these ones you can actually walk through, but they slow you down temporarily. Much like the ones that Armored Spider spits at you in Demon Souls. Yeah, full power swing, one shot on those. And because we have that clarity bracelet, we get plenty of MP to cast fireballs here, which you need a couple to get past the webs. You don't want to get slowed. Ooh! Red spider dropping from the ceiling. One of those Brazilian wandering spiders that just jump out of palm trees. Hide in banana crates. Fuck! Oh, they're so bad. We were talking about those in a stream. I think it was a recent Dragon Age stream. Oh, 2 for 1. I think those Brazilian wandering spiders are the ones that cause priapism if they bite you. Priapism is super painful erection. It's the best way I can think to put it. The most painful erection you will ever have. Hey, buddy. Priapism acting up? I just barely made it here. I can't move anymore. Yeah, they don't do that to you. My friend's died. I'm sure he's a monster himself. He was a good person. I've abandoned my friends. I failed my country. I can no longer return. I'm tired and hurt. I just want to die. I slumped over there in such a way that it reminds me a lot of Oscar. And in fact, that guy will later provide us a very important key item, much like Oscar. Let's see if I can just back off a little bit, let the door close and trigger it. No, okay. This is locked for the time being. Can't remember what's down that hallway at the moment. There's one more door on the opposite side. Remember, thousands of people took the journey into the ancient city with the Idol of Sorrow to try to place it back where it belongs. And they all failed. Very few of them survived. He appears to be one of the few survivors. Oh yeah, now he's good and pissed off. Yeah. So, here's one little line of dialogue that hints at this being the outcome for, can't remember this guy's name. His eventual end. He says his friend has turned into a monster, just as he has now. Good, and that's all it takes. You can see something scurry right out of him as soon as you kill him. Some kind of parasite. But he drops a shrine key. Looks a lot like a Sailor Moon wand. And that happens to be the key to open this big door in the center. So we want to get down to... oh, the altar key. And before I go in there, I am going to eat a mushroom, steady my mind, which is not how mushrooms work. Yeah. Oh, God, my buttons. What the okay. The shoulder buttons strafe you left and right, so I'm using that and the left and right on the left analog stick to circle strafe, and it can be a little bit disorienting to do. But, the giant spider, as intimidating as this looks, not really a big deal. You just circle strafe and shoot fireballs for days. The only thing it can really do is shoot a web from its mouth. It damages you to a kind of minor extent. If you take too many hits, like if you don't know how to... if you don't have circle strafing down, it can be a problem. You can also melee him, but it's kind of tough to do. It's not really that efficient. Gonna require one more mushroom. He should be just about dead. Might take like 2 or 3 more fireballs. Oh, was that it? No, just took 1 more. And he drops a new crystal. And this one happens to be a water crystal. It's going to teach us a water spell. Can you believe how bad that looks? It looks, I don't know, N64-ish. I think I pointed that out with the fire crystal before. But it looks like it was ripped out of Ocarina of Time. There's an indentation in there for a marker, and there's one of those Cthulhu save statues. So that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good one.